Where I'm from, the clouds are my mountains. The cliffs are my mountains too. But ever since I started riding a motorbike, I've had the dream of reaching real mountains. My bike is my symbol of adventure. So it's time for an adventure. What the heck? I'm in a cloud. I'm in a cloud! No way. How are you doing?
I'm very well. How can I help you, my friend?
Do you have any space on the motorbike? Cash or card?
I prefer cash, but whatever.
Alright, day one, complete. We're finishing it with a hike and a tree swing that I found. That noise you can hear, they're like propellers. There's people like paragliding, or you know what it's called. Damn, today was good. About 300 miles from Cornwall, my parents' home, all the way to Kent. This is like the most southeast, the closest you can get to mainland Europe, to France. Yeah, it's cool. Yeah, these are the paragliders. I wonder if we can see them. So pretty much tomorrow morning, early tomorrow morning, I'm leaving at about 4 a.m. and then we're going to start the journey. Believe it or not, this place, or the campsite I'm staying at, is called Little Switzerland. And the highest town in Europe, the one that I'm going to, is in the Swiss Alps. So we're starting the adventure in Little Switzerland, and we're going to complete the adventure in Big Switzerland. We're so close to France actually that my phone thinks I'm already in France. So I'm going to have to pay for French roaming, European roaming. And I went on this hike so I could get some phone service to call my parents and my sister. But I don't think I'm going to make it to the top of the cliffs. It's a bigger hike than I thought it was. And already the climate feels different. Maybe I'm having confirmation bias, but this forest is very interesting. Loads of like fern type plants. I don't know, you can see France, like you can see it from the cliffs. So it feels like the adventure has definitely begun. This is my first trip abroad on my motorbike. Okay, it is 4 a.m. We managed to pack up and get out of the campsite. Beautiful morning. Gonna head to the tunnel. I don't know how to get there though. Oh yeah. The screen, is it? Okay. How you doing? I'm a bit early, I think. How you doing?
Front wheel on this bit?
Yeah. Alright, I'm testing the audio, but we are on the Euro tunnel. I'm the only one here. It's a bit eerie. I'm the only one in this carriage because I was the only motorbiker. I got his like way too early, so they put me on the earlier train, which is fine by me. So I'm feeling good. I'm not feeling good about my French. I really don't know any French, to be honest. That was really quick. It was about 30 minutes. Thank you. Look at these carriages. God, I don't speak any French, bro. Filled up on fuel. I went the wrong way. I do this every single time. And sometimes, to my detriment, I am a bit too relaxed. I followed the blue signs for motorways. Unfortunately, I took the wrong blue sign and I'm now on my way to Paris, which is not the right direction. But once you get onto a motorway in France, you kind of have to stay on it, you can't get off. So I am staying on this motorway, and when I can, I'm going to get off and reroute. But this is part of the adventure, I guess. It is baking hot. I think it's like 12:30. I've been going non-stop after my little detour since about like 7 or 8 a.m. and I've got about I think 3 hours left till I get to the campsite that I like to stay at. I'm getting a bit tired, like just motorway riding. These are really amazing motorways. God, I was getting tired, so came here to stop. Now in France, like service stations with fuel and cafes and all that, they're there, but they're quite sparse. Here instead, what they have are these like campsites almost. They're called like, I wish I knew, I wish I was good at French. It's like arrêt or arrêt, I don't know. But these are like, you know, it's got some toilets and water, SOS, and like these areas where you can just sit down. The last few I stopped at had no shade whatsoever, so I was boiling. But luckily this one has a nice forest and like beautiful fields. The countryside here is very nice. You can tell that like they grow a lot of produce. A lot of that is bought in the UK as well. It's imported. So yeah, I'm gonna rest up for a little bit and then continue on. 3 hours left. This one has shade, so that's good. Bonsoir. I've made it to a town called Pesmes. It's very quiet and quaint. I don't know if quaint is the right word because actually it's quite grand and magnificent as well. Like all the building, like the town centre, you have to walk up these steps, which I'm doing this evening. And it's in this valley called Lognon or Lognon. My French is so bad. It's a long day, a very long day. I've crossed like the whole of France in one day, about 500k. At the very end of it, I got hit by a bee. Like it was so hot, so I undid my motorbike jacket. And all day you're getting pummeled by insects. But then this bumblebee hit me right in the chest where the jacket was undone, and the stinger went right in me. So that was a bit painful, to be honest. Pulled over. Luckily, within about 10 minutes, I found a pharmacy. I went in. I was like, "Excusez-moi, parlez-vous anglais?" And the lady at the counter was like, "No." So then I was like, "Bee, sting, cream." And I got some gel, so it helped a lot. Head to bed, get some rest. Don't have to get up early tomorrow morning, so I'm at another camping site. It's pretty cheap here in France, and it's just convenient. Get the shower, power. Plus this town, I wouldn't have found it otherwise, so it's lovely. Yeah, take a look at the view. I'm gonna call it a night. And tomorrow we enter Switzerland. Good night. Bonne nuit. Bonjour, we are on the move, heading towards Switzerland. I'm really glad I camped at a campsite last night because I really needed that rest. I was very tired after yesterday. The French countryside is very nice, but there's really not much shade. That's what I found. So finding trees like right now is quite nice. But we will be going on the motorway again. It's just so much quicker. So even though there are tolls, I think it's worth it if you're making a direct route. I think I've got a spider in my helmet, so I'm just gonna... We're getting close. I passed a sign that said the altitude was 700 meters. It won't be today, but tomorrow we're gonna get to the highest town in Europe, which is 2,100 meters. So we're a third of the way there in altitude. It wasn't long ago that I had my first camping trip in Wales, in the UK, and I was enamored by the hills of Wales because they're the closest things that I've seen to mountains. These mountains, or these hills so far, they definitely match the beauty of Wales, so I can't wait to see what Switzerland is like.
Quiet breakfast. No English.
Guess we're filtering now. Learning from the French and German. 2 German riders and a French rider. Filtering was only recently permitted in France. I think it was 2022 or 2021. Before then, this was not allowed. Go, some fresh air, and what a lovely view. Wow, mountains, here we are. We made it to the mountains. Don't know what this is. Oh, this is the Swiss border, here we are. Alright. Went through the border. I turned the camera off just in case. Yeah, they just nodded at you, let you through. No passport check, nothing. So yeah, here we go. We're in Switzerland. This is a long tunnel. Look at those mountains. Oh, it smells great. That massive river, glacial I reckon. Wow. Loikavad, that's where we're going. Wow. Can't believe people actually live here. God, it's so hot against this mountainside. I wonder what is the temperature. I have a thermometer on my bike. My bike is at 98 degrees Celsius, which is ridiculously high. It's 33 degrees Celsius right now. Jeez, bro. What the heck? It's so cool. Check this out, guys. Whoa. No way. Wow. It's gorgeous. Stopped here in a lay-by about 20 minutes from where I'm gonna get another campsite, I think, in a town called Loikabad. And this is my first time looking at the mountains, like properly sitting down. You can hear all the cicadas. It's so cool, so nice. I'm having a Red Bull. I don't really drink energy drinks, but couple at the campsite last night were from Switzerland, and I had a chat with them. They were so nice, helped me out with the tax thing, and they gave me a drink. I don't drink alcohol, so instead of a beer they gave me this. I said I'd save it for an important moment on my trip, so cheers to Switzerland. I found this old book on Switzerland. It's from like 1999. And in it I found this map, and it was like a map of all the thermal baths and hot springs in Switzerland. When I was planning my route, I was using this book, and I decided to go through towns that have these baths. Of course, Switzerland's expensive, so I'm probably not going to do more than one, but this one in Loikabad seems beautiful and relatively affordable. I think I'm going to try it. Just relax and enjoy myself. So yeah, we'll find out soon. This is a beautiful road. I almost forgot to ride on the right hand side when I left that lay-by, so I'm glad there was a car behind me because it reminded me. Wow, what a place. I don't know the proper way to ride one of these. I just go on the outside. Wow. They're angry. How slow he's going. I ain't gonna overtake. There's a bus here as well. So. What a road. This is incredible. Wow. It's crazy to think people live here. It's so pretty. I'm either too tired or too relaxed to talk to the camera. I just got back from the thermal baths. It was amazing. It was lovely. I couldn't film, there's no cameras allowed, but that is my best version of myself, is when I'm in a jacuzzi. Anyway, I'm really hungry, so cooking up, it's just water and 50 pence meals from Asda or wherever they were, from the UK. I'm sat here reading my little Switzerland book from the year 2000. I just looked up Leukabad, which is the mountain town I'm in right now, and it has a picture of this spa that the thermal baths that I went to. It's like the most well-known thing about the town, I guess. And you can see how it's sort of changed, but it still looked as magnificent as that. It was just more opulent this time. But it's pretty crazy to like go from looking at the photos, which are old, to seeing the mountains in real life. And the funny thing is, like, the village looks sort of the same. That spa looks kind of the same from 25 years ago. But the mountains, like that photo, is at that peak. The mountain hasn't changed. And I think that's one of the most awesome things about the mountains, I guess. And that's maybe why it's so inspiring, a bit like when you see the ocean and just how massive and powerful it is. The mountains, they feel powerful, but in a permanence type of way. Like, this has been here for so long. And yes, it changes and the landscape changes, but this rock face will outlive you and many generations. Also, it's just so huge. Oh, this is a great campsite. Leukabad. Amazing, surrounded by this mountain valley. The rain has stopped, and I think I'm gonna go for an evening hike. Don't know where yet, but we'll see. It looks like there used to be a bridge here over this river, but it's looking pretty dry. And the bridge is gone. And instead, a meadow, with bumblebees and flowers, and a beautiful mountain. One question I have is, how do they mow the lawn? Like, how do they mow the grass when it's that steep of an angle? I don't get it. Alright, starting the day with a hike, going up to 2,300 meters up there, so it'll give me a sense of the elevation of the town that we're going to today. Beautiful morning, Let's get moving. It should take about 2 hours. That's a long way up. It's a long way up. They speak German in this part of Switzerland. If anyone could translate this, let me know. I think it's from the Bible. I'm not sure. Kommentar und Seat. 2,300 meters. The temperature up here is so nice. It's still warm, but it's cool. And there's snow, unmelted snow. And the view, c'est magnifique. It's beautiful. A meal for a king. On a budget. Wow, look at this. I'm glad there's a net above me. Look at this tunnel. Gorgeous. Wow. Already the best route I've ever ridden on. Gorgeous. And I was just saying how beautiful it is, like how people get used to being in beautiful places, because at home, where I'm from in Cornwall, is beautiful. So where am I going? Okay. I'll talk about that later. It's boiling hot, but you're not allowed to filter in Switzerland. Oh, the Swiss flag is the white cross. The inverse of that is the Red Cross, which is the famous charity that goes out, saves, provides aid. Okay, it's raining harder, so it's wet. I'm gonna put some waterproofs on. Let's try and get out of this town because it said an isolated thunderstorm. So if I can safely get out of here, that would be nice. Oh, this would be slick. But it's nice to have a bit of rain actually. It's been so hot on this trip. So the rain cools you down. This is the dream. There's no car in front of me, no car behind me. I can just enjoy the Swiss roads at my own pace. Look at these houses all made out of wood. Amazing. Because we ride on the right in Europe, you can do the little hand signal with your left hand. I keep saying it, but I just can't believe people live here. So cool. What a place. Insane. And that's your view every day. Get up and go to work. And there's a church. No way. I think it's a church. Wow. What a road. Is whoa, some lightning. We're not out of the thunderstorm yet. Oh, and these are the beautiful trains, both the train themselves and also the landscape. From my research, you're not allowed to filter, so I'm just gonna not do that. But he's a local, so we'll let him do what he wants. Yeah, thunder. This is cozy to me. I like the rain, the thunder. It's cozy on my little bikey in the Swiss mountains, heading to the highest town in Europe. The other town, the other highest town in Europe is a place in Georgia called Ushguli. I think that one wins the contest, just because it is a few more meters higher, probably at the highest point. But getting to Georgia on my motorbike would be very difficult because, well, I'd have to go through Ukraine, and obviously that is a bit difficult at the moment. And also, I don't think I'd have the time. I only had these last few weeks of June. So riding out all that way and through Ukraine is basically impossible. But one day I would like to also visit the highest town in Europe, in Georgia. Because Georgia is a beautiful country from what I've seen. So anyway, we are en route to the highest town in Western Europe, in the Alps, arguably in the whole of Europe. I don't know if that contest is settled yet. But this is perhaps one of the most beautiful roads in the world. And I'm so lucky to be on it. Wow, this is where we're getting the elevation. We're at the snow level, and my hands are a little chilly actually. It's the craziest roads I've ever ridden. Oh my goodness, there's a cloud. What the heck? I'm in a cloud. I'm in a cloud! No way. This is the craziest ride I've been on, period. Oh my goodness, I'm riding through a cloud with snow in a thunderstorm, climbing the mountains. Oh! It's gorgeous. I might also overtake. Just about with an Aston Martin, James Bond on the road. Oh gosh. No, I don't like this. We're in a cloud right now. Out of the cloud. Wow, that was crazy. Okay, the switchbacks begin descending the mountain. I might actually... Oh, okay. My visor is fogged up, so I'm going to take a break. Whoa. We're in a cloud on a mountain. Oh, this is soaked. Absolutely soaked. Oh. Oh, guys, this is not safe. Let's keep going. I've never seen so many motorbikers riding in a thunderstorm in the rain. So this is some beautiful scenery and has definitely been the best ride I've ever had. And after a day of hiking, that is pretty insane. I am quite tired, but we have 2 hours to go. I'm glad I got my heated grips, and I'm glad I put on my waterproofs because I'm drenched. Maybe the best country in the world. God, listen to that. I don't know if you're like this as well, whoever is watching this right now, but when I hear thunder and there's heavy rain like this, and it's all green and like this, you know, God, I feel so cozy. I love it, even if I'm outside in it. In fact, if I'm in it, even more so. There's this coziness to it. There's this like warm hug that comes from being in a thunderstorm, and I wonder if that's universal. Unfortunately, Switzerland you're not allowed to lane filter, and there's been a car crash somewhere up ahead. So for the last half an hour or so I've been stuck in traffic, and it's very tempting to want to split the lane, but there are a few police cars driving past and obviously it's illegal, so we just can't do it. I'm here at a dam, I think, and look how blue the water is. I can't believe it. It must be the minerals or something. What causes this colour? Because that is crazy. Maybe algae. If I could read German, perhaps I would find out. But we're about 20 minutes away and just stopping to shake the legs. It is a lot colder out here than where I was this morning. I think partly that's the thunderstorm, but also the altitude. Look at that mountain. So we'll see when we get riding. Right now the thermometer is picking up the heat of the engine. Alright, let's keep going. We are in the Italian part of Switzerland though, Italian speaking part, but is actually an enclave of German speaking people. Oh, this is a cool tunnel. This is definitely more my style of riding, and also going out to smaller towns, because the big ones, they're nice, but so many people. 5 minutes away. There's like little benches that I guess are bus stops. Or maybe just to sit and enjoy the beauty of the scenery. This place is insane. What a place to live. Ah, I'm so excited. So excited. Wow, let's go. Can't wait. This is the whole goal. There's a hiker. Ah, yes. I see the town. That's so cool. This is the highest town in the Alps. Okay. Wow. This is so far away from everywhere else. It's crazy. Unfortunately, I really don't know any German. Like, my French is bad, my German non-existent, so I had to resort to English. Bit of Google Translate to get this place, and I've got this. This is a shared sort of hostel area that they have in this, it's like a hotel, family-run hotel, restaurant, bar, B&B, rest house, pub, inn, everything. But no one is in the bunks at the moment, so I got this place for myself, and it costed me only 50 francs, and that's including a breakfast tomorrow. To be honest, it's cheaper than loads and loads and loads and loads of places in the UK. When people say Switzerland's expensive, it is and it isn't. It just depends where you go. We did it. We made it. Look at it. I'm gonna actually have to ask the owners about the town, and tomorrow we'll explore it properly. Whoa, this is cool. You can see the snow out there, you can hear the river. This was the whole point of the trip, the whole mission. We're in the highest town in Western Europe. Arguably the whole of Europe. I'll have to go to Georgia to settle that contest, but Look at this place. This is one of the most gorgeous sunsets. Perhaps it's the best because of the journey that it took to get here. Today we'll explore. There's two things I want to do. I want to go for a little hike, see the town from above, and also speak to some locals and learn a bit about the history and what this town is all about. Let's go. This is the start of. It's a Sunday, so it's quite quiet, but lots of hikers coming through. And I just spoke to a lovely lady. I tried my best in German, but she knew some English, so she told me that she's from northern Italy and her husband is Swiss, and she was with a lady who'd lived here for 20 years, farming cows. So it's very cool. I hope to speak to some more people. I'm going to go on a hike. There's a waterfall up there, so I want to go see that. I'm counting like 12 peaks. I don't think I'll hike more than one, but we'll see. It's very beautiful. And it's crazy. This town is the size of my little village in the UK in Cornwall, so it feels so like home. So it's lovely. Anyway, this is the start, 2,126 meters. Let's go a bit higher and see the village from above. They've got the chillest cat ever. That's so cute. What are these? Two marmots just came running at me. And they're gone now, but I've never seen them before. I've seen marmots on television. There are no trees. We are so high up that we're above the tree line. It's all just grass and flowers and shrubs. So they've got their Swiss cattle up there with the bells. And interestingly, because there's no trees, they have no fuel source in the winter. Hopefully I'll get to talk to someone about that, but what I read and what I saw on one of the houses is they preserve sheep dung and they dry it out over the summer. So in the winter they can use sheep dung as their fuel source. But they probably import wood and stuff. But yeah, let's keep going towards these cows. Hello. Wie geht's es dir? Swiss cows with their bells. You might be wondering why the bells. It's a very cultural thing in Switzerland. All the cows will wear bells. And I believe it's because back in the day, or even now, the cows would be grazing the entire mountainside So the bells would help the farmers locate the cows when they as they wander off and graze. And it sort of reverberates through the mountainside. So a bit like how the Swedish and I guess the Swiss also have the mountain calls that they would do. And it echoes through the valley so that they can talk to one village to another. The Swiss farmers would locate their cows based on the ringing of the bells. I also imagine it helps the cows stay together because they can hear one another. It must be very loud, but I'm sure they're used to it at this point. Here are the calves. The calves have little bells on them. I was wondering what all this would be. I thought maybe something for solar panels. But now I think of it, I think this is to catch rockfall. There's 6 layers of iron gates to stop them falling, because that valley goes straight down towards, and that would be pretty devastating. I don't know if I can get up that high. I'm not sure where the trail takes me, but I guess we'll find out. Best hike I've ever done. Can't beat the view. This is a skiing town in the winter. All of this covered in snow. I saw these yesterday in Leukabad. They're the most blue flowers I've ever seen, which is crazy because I believe there's no such thing as a blue pigment. Yeah, it does. It's kind of iridescent. We're getting higher. Change your clothes as well. Ich kann ich dich interviewen. Ich mag einen Film. Einen Film. Ein Film. Ein Film. Pretty much made it to the top of where I'm gonna go, at least today. On the left side of me, it's this kind of like rocky mountain landscape with a couple of small lakes. That way is the peaks with the snow. There's one peak up there, and then there's a really nice blue lake that I'm going to take a look at when I walk back down. But I've stopped here to have a bit of lunch because it's 1:30. Got some cheese left over from dinner yesterday, some bananas, I'm making a coffee. I could do with a nap, to be honest. It's so quiet here, but maybe I will. It wasn't long ago that I was in Wales, and seeing those landscapes, I thought a drone would really make it special, really try and capture it, because it is really difficult to capture the majestic beauty of large landscapes. Well, like on the Wales trip, I don't have a drone with me. Today, I have again my special magnifying glass. I brought it all the way here, my little jeweler's loop, and as we hike down this mountain, I'm going to take a look, and I imagine there's a lot of similarities with back at home. Let's go. here on a very quiet, lovely evening. I'm staying one more night here in the mountains. And after my hike today, I wanted to get some interviews with some people of the village. But after speaking to some people, it became apparent that here in the mountains, this town struggles a bit with over-tourism. And it's a difficult problem because this is a tourist village in a way, and it is set up to encourage and support tourism. But there's an issue that arises when the wrong type of tourism comes here. I initially found this town just through a weird desire to come here. But to be honest, not many international people come here. This is mainly designed as a hiking town for the Swiss people and the people of surrounding countries, Italy, Germany, and obviously it's a remote town. I think there's become a problem, a bit like where I'm from, when suddenly a location becomes viral on the internet through TikTok or whatever, and suddenly you get tourists that maybe don't respect the place. And from speaking with some of the locals here, they've experienced some bad situations. I've decided actually to make this town a bit more anonymous in this video. I've filmed this whole video not making it anonymous, so I'm gonna have to change how I produce this. But obviously, if people want to find this town, you're gonna find it. However, I believe it's not that they want to discourage tourism. Tourism is what keeps this town running in some ways. And when hiking season comes, I'm sure it will be very busy. But the tourism here is the hiking, it's the mountains, it's not the village, and it's not the town. And these are places where people live, these are their houses. And when people come into the town, maybe because they saw it in a video and they thought it would be really, really cool, I don't think that's what this town wants. They want the hikers that will come here, stop off at the inn, at the hostel, at the hotels, spend money at the pubs, use the town to go hiking, go into the mountains, and just like you saw today, this beautiful mountainside. In the winter, go skiing. But the town is not the destination, the mountains are. So I guess in some way, my mission wasn't the best one, but I tried to be as respectful as I could, hiking, not peering into people's private lives, asking for permission before filming anything, and trying my best to speak the language as well. Actually, today someone said my German was good. I can't believe that, bro. My German is not good. I just tried hard on that one sentence. So I'll leave you with one final thought, because I know people are going to watch this video and want to know where this town is, and perhaps it's not very difficult for those that do this as their hobby for hiking and adventuring and exploring. You'll always find the locations. I know how it goes. I'm one of those people. In the hiking and wild camping community, there's this philosophy of leave no trace. You respect the landscape around you, set up your tent, sleep for the night, get up early, pack up, and it's as if you've never been there. I think a very similar thing can apply to tourism, similar to leave no trace, or perhaps do no harm, leave no psychological trace on the people. So if you are visiting these small towns, I know most travelers out there who do this type of stuff are incredibly respectful, and they get welcomed into these communities, as I have here as well. The people have been really lovely. But I guess I just want to strike home, you know, if you are gonna come out, and if you are inspired by this video to go out to remote places like this, maybe the only thing that you'll leave is a smile on their faces. That would be the ultimate goal. And with that, I thank you for watching this video, and I'm gonna call it a night, go to bed. And tomorrow morning, we're heading off up north. It's gonna be good. Good night. In the next video, I get caught in plenty of thunderstorms. All the birds except one have gone quiet. But I also have the most beautiful smile of my life. I meet some amazing people. Including an old friend from university. See you then.